All right. Hello, everybody. Today, we've got Al Kavadlo on the line. Al is bodyweight movement artist. And yeah, I love your tattoos, by the way. I just had to
Thanks.
throw that in there. So, Al's got a new book coming out called Pushing the Limits. We're going to talk about that today. And we're also going to talk about some of the seminars that Al's got coming up. And we'll have all of this on the blog for everybody, so you can check that out later with the links and everything like that. Al, how the heck are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today, Ryan.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Let's to get things going. Why don't you just tell me a little bit about yourself? Tell our listeners out there what's up with you. What are you doing?
Well, I'm a personal trainer in New York City, and I've got a blog about working out. I've also written for a lot of other blogs and other websites, and as you mentioned, I got a brand new book that's all about body weight strength training, and I'm very excited to talk to you about that.
Yeah, that's great. So let's just get right into it then. Let's just talk about your new book, Pushing the Limits. I've already seen an advanced copy of it. I really like it, but could you just tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, Pushing the Limits is all about pure body weight strength with no equipment. Minimalism is a big part of my training style, and Pushing the Limits takes that concept about as far as it can go. Pretty much every exercise in the book is something that can be done with just the floor you're standing on. And anyone who doesn't have a floor has got much bigger problems, as I always say.
Yeah, so I really like the book. I've gone all through it. You divide it up into three big movements. So you've got the push-ups, the squats, and inversions. I like how you call that. I really like that. So just right away, why do you feel that these are the most essential bodyweight exercises out there?
Well, first, let me be clear that pull-ups are also an essential body weight exercise, but I
Sure,
already wrote a
sure,
whole book about those,
sure.
so I didn't want to be redundant. And like I said, this book is focused on things that require no equipment at all, and even pull-ups require a bar.
Hmm.
Some of the most common excuses that people have about not working out are that they can't get to the gym, or they can't afford a gym membership, or they don't have equipment at home, or they don't have a lot of space at home. So this book was designed with folks like that in mind, because all these exercises are things that can be done with very little space, very little equipment, and there's no excuses other than you just aren't really serious about it.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Yeah, and that's thanks for mentioning that about the pull-ups. And the first part of your book, you do mention that you have a whole other book, consisting of pull-ups. But yeah, I like how you divided this up into these three big moves for this book.
Right.
Tons of variations. I thought that was great. Full color and a lot of cool photos. That was that all around in New York where you took those?
Pretty much. There's like one or two pictures that were actually shot while I was vacationing in other places. There's a couple where I'm on a beach.
Yeah. Yeah,
Those
yeah,
were
you
not
don't
in New
find that
York.
in New York exactly. So yeah, it looked
But
like it was,
the vast
yeah.
majority of photos were here in the city, and that's part of what I like about this project. Also, is it's not just a homage to bodyweight training; it's kind of a homage to New York City. You see a lot of noteworthy New York things in the background of some of these shots if you're paying attention.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun, and it's not just you, which is cool. You've got other people in there with you, and something else too that I love is that you're always smiling. So you never stop smiling, right? Is that correct? You go to sleep with a smile on your face, right?
You know, no, I know that, having a smile can make something difficult seem more approachable. And
Uh-huh.
I want to show people that getting in shape, it doesn't have to be torturous. It can be fun.
Yeah.
And, plus I'm a really lucky guy, and I get to do what I love, and I feel passionate about what I do. But I'm not smiling all the time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
genuine when you see me smiling in my photos and YouTube clips. But,
No, I
like
hear you.
anyone else, I experience the full spectrum of emotions.
I hear you, and that's what I like about you is because you like to have fun, and like
Absolutely.
what we're doing here at
A lot of
GMB.
people take
So,
this stuff way too seriously.
oh
And,
yeah.
I take it seriously, but I also recognize that if you're not having fun with it, then what's the point?
Oh, I hear you there. I love to hear that. That's awesome. Cool, man. Let's go a little bit deeper into your book. Just talk about some stuff. You talk about the term total body strength, and you talk about using your body as a whole to work during the movements. We talk about a lot of this in the GMB, and something I talk about a lot is tighter is lighter, making sure that you use the
Oh,
entire
I like
body.
when things rhyme.
Tighter is lighter, baby. And so, I want you to expand a little bit on that because I really like what you talked about in there about your total body strength. What are you talking about when you're talking about that?
Well, thanks. Like you said, total body strength is about learning to use your muscles together rather than trying to isolate them. In bodybuilding, and this is something I talk about in the intro of the book a little bit, guys try to work each muscle separate from the others.
Yeah.
And if all you want is to get as big as possible, there's definitely merit to doing it that way. But in calisthenics, the opposite approach is more effective because the objective is performance and strength, and not just getting big and useless.
Well, and it's something there too. Also, limiting factors. I mean, a lot of people, if you look, people out there, there's some movements in there, of course, that are more the advanced movements, the calisthenics, and people sometimes, unfortunately, only think that calisthenics equals push-ups and maybe some basic kind of squats. But what I like is that you show all of these, jumping jacks. You show everything in here. But something else that I really liked is that you also have a section in there for the ladies and let them know that they can do this too. So, but along those lines, what are some maybe limiting factors that people might have with bodyweight exercises?
Well, like you said, a lot of the time women feel like, oh, this isn't for me. This is a guy's sort of workout. So that was something I wanted to be really upfront about, is that calisthenics is appropriate for anybody. And, beyond people imposing those sort of limitations on themselves because of their gender or maybe because of their age, the biggest limiting factor with bodyweight training is people who are overweight.
Yeah.
Because, you're using your own weight for resistance, and the more of it you have, the more resistance you've got to overcome.
Yeah.
So that's the big limiting factor. So that's something I talk about a little bit in the intro too, is how people's got to get their weight in check if they want to get to the more high level stuff. And of course, doing strength training is a great way to improve your body composition. But you can't, as they say, you can't exercise away a horrible diet.
Oh, exactly. Can you expand a little bit on that for our listeners? Like, as far as nutrition, because there's a bunch of different nutrition modalities out there. What is something like your basics, if you will, kind of go over that with us?
Well, I'll tell you first. I find the workout stuff and the exercise stuff a lot more interesting than the nutritional end of it. So a lot of the time people ask me about nutritional stuff, and it's really not something I consider myself an expert on because it's just not something I've done all that much research on because it doesn't appeal to me the same way as working out. But having said that, I think people overthink this stuff. In the same way that this book is about minimalist strength training and keeping it very simple, people do the same thing with their diet that they do with working out. They overcomplicate it. When really, just like all you need to do to get in great shape is do basic stuff like push-ups and squats and pull-ups and bridges. All you need to be healthy with your eating is just eat real foods like fruits and vegetables and meats and nuts. It's not like there's some secret out there that people don't know about. It's just a matter of applying those things in a long-term sort of way, lifestyle way.
Yeah, I love it right there. Yeah, is actually applying it, and doing it. Yeah, I like that. That's cool, man. Keep it simple.
Talk is cheap,
Keep it simple. That's the way to do it. I like that. So in your book, okay, because obviously I'm a total movement geek, and I just when you talk about inversions, I like it, and I love the bridge. The bridge for me, gymnastic bridge for me, or whatever you want to call it, the wheel pose or whatever. I just think it's so important. I think it's one of those movements. I mean, you see it sometimes in some other, different movement. What's a good way? I don't even want to say cultures. Yeah, thank you. But I like how you approach this. So you've got so many different progressions out there. Why did you choose this? Why did you choose this?
Well, first off, like we were talking about, it's all about things that you can do with just the floor. So there aren't that many different things you can do on just the floor. I mean, you've got a push-up, and a bridge is almost like an upside-down push-up.
Yeah,
it gets you from the other end.
Yeah.
So it really keeps the body balanced to do push-ups and bridge work harmoniously. And, it's just, like you said, it's just something that's really overlooked and really neglected. And especially in our culture now, people spend so much time sitting and these hunched over postures. It's so important to counter that by compressing your spine the other way.
Yeah, man. It's good, and I like how you actually progressed all the way into the handstand with that, because I love handstands too, and so your book,
bridging and handstands go hand in hand.
Oh yeah, exactly. Hey, and you know, speaking of working up to some of the advanced kind of movements and stuff, you know, if I may, you know, anything in particular you're working on right now, as far as you know, yeah,
I'm always trying to improve my skill set. Right now the main thing for me, we alluded to this at the beginning, and we can get into talking about it now, is the big workshop I'm doing in June, the Progressive Calisthenics
yeah.
certification. My main goal between now and June is just to really master everything I'm going to be teaching at that workshop, so that I don't look stupid in front of all the people who paid a lot of money to be there.
You know what, man? That is so refreshing to hear. You know, it's I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's just amazing. I've been to a lot of seminars, and you know, there's a lot of great people out there, but there are a lot of people who do a little bit more coaching than doing. And you know, it's so nice to hear that you really want to be able to just do your best and not just teach, but also show them what you can do too. That's so cool, man. I like that.
Sure. I mean,
That's
part of
great.
what I love about what you guys do also is the same thing, that whole idea of you can't take somebody there if you haven't been there yourself.
Exactly. That you know, you can lead by example. That's my big thing. And oh man, that's so nice to hear. So let's talk a little bit more about your seminars. What's happening with those? What are we going to be doing at your seminars? What's up with that? Just give us the rundown.
Well, the PCC is through Dragon Door, my
Uh huh.
publisher, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you're familiar with the convict conditioning book series. It's kind
Yeah.
of like the biggest thing to happen in the bodyweight world in the last
Yeah.
several years. So, Dragon Door started at the RKC kettlebell certification a little over 10 years ago, and as you probably know, that's turned into pretty much the gold standard
Yeah.
for kettlebell workshops worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So this initiative is kind of to do the same sort of thing for bodyweight training. There hasn't ever been a real official certification for bodyweight enthusiasts. So this is kind of a new thing. We're breaking new ground, and I'm really honored and flattered that Dragon Door invited me to be the lead instructor for this.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Yeah.
there's also with that responsibility, I feel like I really got to step up my game and be as good as I possibly can be at this stuff, so that if I'm the one who's teaching others who are teaching others and it's trickling down from me, I got to make sure that is as good as it can be, that what's distilling down from me isn't going to get too removed from what that pure thing should be.
Yeah. Nice. Love it. Good stuff, man. All right. Let's just go back to your book just really quickly. I want people to see this book, but what do you want people to get out of your latest book? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think there's enough in there that anyone who picks up the book can find at least one or two pointers or get turned on to a new exercise that they may have never seen before. So, I mean, that's my main thing, is just to show people different things that they may not have thought to try. And beyond that, I hope people will get inspired by my example. It's the kind of book that I hope people will look through and just want to start working out.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, there's so many, like you mentioned, there's so many awesome photos in this book, and it was important to me to not have me be the only person demonstrating things, but to have, my brother Danny, who's kind of got a little bit of a different body type than me.
Yeah,
And like you
yeah.
said, we have a lot of other people and a lot of women in this book showing things, just to show, like, hey, these are moves that you don't have to have my body type to do. A lot of people, I'm sure you get this too. They're like, oh, well, you're a lean, wiry
Yeah,
guy. You're kind
yeah.
of built for this bodyweight stuff. And Danny's a much bigger, bulkier guy than me. He's really good at this stuff too. And
Yeah.
like I said, we have women of various shapes and sizes. So it's just, I wanted to show that this is a universal thing.
I love that. Yeah, I love it. Hey, man, I love it that you're so positive and what you're doing, and that you really love what you're doing and want to share this with everybody.
Thanks very much. I feel really lucky that I've had as much success as I've had these last few years. It's been kind of amazing for me.
Well, it's great. You put in the work, definitely, and it's shown. Good stuff, man. Any last words before we wrap it up? Anything you'd like to say to everybody out there?
Yeah, just wanted to give another shout out about the PCC. Anyone who's been curious about working with me in person or just delving deeper into the bodyweight world, I think it's going to be a really wonderful thing. And there's been so much interest in it already that it looks like this is going to really grow and be an ongoing thing that we're going to be able to do. And for people to be a part of that first one, I think it's going to be a really special thing. And it's almost filled up already. So if anyone wants to get in on that, strike now, or
Yeah,
you're
no
miss
kidding.
out.
All right. Well, that's cool, man. Thank you so much for,
My pleasure.
starting off your morning with me. Everybody, if you can, check out Al's book, get his book, check out the seminar info. We'll have that up on the GMB blog. Thanks for listening, and thanks for talking with me today, Al.
Thanks for having me, Ryan. Keep up the great work over at GMB.
All right, you too, man. Thanks again.
Thank you.